Welcome to everyone joining us live. I'm Heidi Hancock, CEO at Inversant, and tonight I am joined by Inversant's founder, Bob Hildreth. Hi, Bob.
Hello, Heidi. How are you?
Oh, I am excited to kick off our first ever game show extravaganza. How about you?
I'm very excited, and I'm very excited to be with you on this wonderful night.
Oh, we are going to have such a fun time. I want to say a special thank you before we get going to tonight's sponsor, that is Acadian Asset Management. Acadian is a pioneer in quantitative global investing with 30 plus years of experience. Thank you so much. And we've also got special guests. We're also delighted to have Michael Tutor joining us, a longtime supporter of Inversant and a game show enthusiast. Did you know that he was coming tonight, Bob?
I did, and I should tell you that Mike has kept me out of jail for 20 years. He's my lawyer.
Wow, it's a good thing that you did know he was coming so that he can keep an eye on you and make sure you don't get in any trouble tonight. How does that sound?
Exactly. Although I think we want to get into a little trouble.
Well, at least a little, because it's not fun unless something's in trouble, right?
Right.
Well, speaking of in trouble, Rebecca is joining us behind the scenes tonight and checking in throughout the night to share some exciting donation updates.
Hello.
Hello, Rebecca.
So let's get to it, and let's talk about the reason that we're here tonight. So when you think about the typical college student, who would you say they are in 2021? Maybe, I don't know, an 18-year-old straight out of high school and studying on campus full-time? Well, you know, it is 2021 and we've had the pandemic, so maybe not studying on campus, but full-time. It's what we know traditional students are. But believe it or not, they are no longer the majority of students. Today, 75% of college students are new traditional. Well, what does that mean? Bob, what does new traditional mean to you?
Well, I should say one thing that's happened as well is that there are more women than men in all categories of college, and also in the Olympics. I just found out last night. But the characteristics of a new traditional, 25 or older. That would be one. They're older than the students used to be. When I entered college, I think I was 17.
Oh my goodness.
I know it was 17.
Well, you were a prodigy, I'm sure.
Have you talked to my mother?
It sounds like that would be a good person to do. I've only talked to Diane, your wife, so she keeps me up to speed on some of these things. Well, another characteristic of new traditional students is that they might be the first generation in their family to go to college. So coming into college for the first time, not having any of that familial experience into college.
I just met a Ethiopian student who graduated this spring from Northeastern in biotechnology, and his parents, they were back in Ethiopia. No one even went beyond the 8th grade.
Wow, perfect example. Wow, that is a first generation college student who traveled halfway around the world to come to school here in the US. And I imagine if you just met him that he's probably working also while he's in school. And many of our
two jobs.
So working more than full time while in school. Another characteristic, if they're attending school only part-time so that they can work full time, or they might be attending school only part-time or fully online, so fully remote. As we remove the pandemic or as we come through that, we're going to be seeing more of that. Another characteristic, Bob, and how many students do you know have children of their own?
Oh, this is so common. It's the 2-generation model is now in our colleges, big time.
2-generation, what does that mean?
2-generation means that the mom will be in college and the child will be in daycare.
Wow. Yep. And we also know some families who have themselves as parents are going back to school while their children are also in college.
Right.
Yeah. There's a lot of people in school all at the same time. And that leads to something that I know is close to your heart, Bob, is the problem of carrying a much heavier debt load.
Well, I always ask kids what their debt load is. And this same Ethiopian student out of Northeastern right now had $70,000 worth of debt.
Oh my, 70,000.
Now that is 20,000 that he's prepaid for his master's, but 50,000 is a lot of debt for a undergraduate degree.
Yeah, it certainly is, especially as you come out and you're looking for that job and trying to get going. That can slow things down. That can slow things down like having a family. That can slow things down like being able to get a house. It can slow a lot of things down, having to deal with that kind of debt. That's a lot of debt. You're right. And
that hurts the economy because we need house buyers. We need family formation, all this kind of thing.
Yeah, that student debt is a significant issue that we're here tonight to start to help solve or to start to help make a dent in. So as you're hearing these new traditional students, they face unique challenges, and we're addressing those top barriers that they face on the road to their higher education. So tonight, this is the big announcement. Are you ready for this one, Bob?
I am.
Okay, we are raising $40,000 to bash barriers for new traditional students. And this is good news, we are already on the way. We have raised $22,420 so far. And with your generous gifts tonight, we're going to give students that didn't go to college right after graduating high school a fighting chance. Now, to get on the bandwagon, go to, you can see the URL, that's bit.ly/give2INV. Go to bit.ly/give2Inversant INV. Plus, so not only are we doing all that, but we're going to have a special challenge. So I want you to kind of polish up your thinking caps, get ready. I mean, this is a game show extravaganza. We can't do that without having fun and games. And we're going to be...
Heidi, could you give that address to us one more time?
Sure, just for fun. bit.ly, bit.ly.com/give2, N as in Nancy, V as in Victor. bit.ly.com/give2INV. All right, and we're going to invite to join from longtime Inversant supporter Michael Tutor. I hope all of this sounds good. We're going to share some more details as we go along, but for now, just stop by our website and let's jump on in. Bob, are you ready for tonight's game?
I am so ready.
So I see you have your game hat on.
Yes, there's a reason for that. When we get to tuition, you're going to learn why I have my game hat on.
Okay, all right. Well, let's introduce our contestants. Come on down. I want to play that come on down music. Stacy, come on down. Susan, come on down. Julie, come on down. And Bianca, we're getting ready for our first game. So as you come on down, tell us a little bit about where you're coming from and where you're joining us from. As we're coming on. Hi, Stacy. Hi,
hey,
Bianca.
Heidi. Thank you for having me.
Oh, so glad that you're here. Yay. So, Stacy, tell us a little bit about where you're from and what you're doing here.
Sure. I work at Acadian. I've been there over 15 years. And for the past several years, we've been so proud to partner with Inversant as one of our kind of strategic community partners. We first learned about them probably 4 or 5 years ago, and the fantastic work that they do, and the mission just really resonated with the Acadianites who wanted to sort of broaden our community outreach efforts. So it's just been such an awesome opportunity for all of us to be able to contribute to that effort and meet some of the fantastic Inversant employees along the way. So thank you again for having us.
Stacey, that's fantastic. Thank you so much. And are you ready? Are you ready?
I hope so. I myself too severely tonight.
Wonderful. So Bianca.
Hello, everybody. My name is Bianca Jimenez, and I work at Inversant. I've worked in nonprofit, particularly in financial literacy, I want to say for about 8 to 10 years. Wow, that like makes me feel really old. But yeah, I've worked in financial literacy for a little while, and I'm also an adult learner. I'm an adult student.
Fantastic, thank you. And I do have to put the caveat that even though Bianca is a staff member at Inversant, she does not know the answers. We have kept this under lock and key for all of our games. She does not have the inside scoop, so there's no cheating here. No worries, no worries. We're doing well. Thank you. So Susan, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Hi, everyone. I'm Susan Gershenfeld, and I'm the founder and CEO of a nonprofit called First Gen Ahead, and we support first-generation college students as they transition from college to career. And I have a background in student access and support at the university level.
Well, we're so glad you're here, Susan. Thank you so much. And I know that you're going to have some special insight too, just exactly who we're working for tonight. And Julie, tell us a little bit about you.
Hi, everyone. My name is Julie Sneeman, and I also work at Acadian Asset Management. I've been with the firm for just over 10 years, which is pretty crazy to think that it's been that long. But like Stacy said, we're really proud to be supporting your organization and the wonderful work that you all do.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, are you ready? Here we go. So during this round, we're going to play some Price is Right style games. Now, I'm guessing that pretty much everyone here has seen the show at some point, so you've got an idea of how this goes. But don't worry, I will refresh your memory. For our first game, each of you are going to guess what the yearly tuition is for some local colleges. And the person with the closest guess to the current in-state tuition cost is going to win. That's simple. What do you think, Bob?
I think that it is simple. And while we're calling it The Price is Right, we might say that is the tuition right for this particular game. But then
You're right.
tuition is always wrong. So how can you right? Well, okay, you take it away, Heidi.
You got it. We're asking some pretty existential questions here tonight, so I think this is a good point, Bob. So we're going to change the name of this game to Is the Tuition Right? All right. Now, if you're watching in the audience, this is how you can be involved to play along. Whether you're on Facebook, on Twitter, on LinkedIn, or YouTube tonight, our team is monitoring to keep you in the game. All you need to do is to drop your answers into the comments. Now, just to let you know that those comments actually do come in and our contestants can see them. So you can help them out, help them get those right answers by submitting your answers. Okay, are you ready, Bob?
Yes, I am. And just to start it off, let me say that one of the most significant barriers for new traditional students is financial. From housing to childcare, the high cost of education produces dramatically different learning opportunities for new traditional students. Paying for college while juggling work and, in many cases, a family of their own is a challenge college students straight out of high school don't face. If I faced that challenge, my parents would have killed me. So let's talk about cost and what it stacks up to be in Massachusetts. Ready?
Let's do it. All right.
Okay.
So the
Well,
first
let's see.
question is, what is that yearly tuition in UMass Amherst? Sorry.
So let's go and ask each of the contestants. Bianca?
I'm going to go with 15,000. Let's go with 15,000.
Okay. Stacy?
I'm going to go with 32,000.
Susan?
I'm going to go with 10,000.
And I've forgotten your name.
Julie.
Julie. I have a niece named Julie. I'm so surprised. When my brother called me and said that he had a baby girl named Julie, I said, "Do you spell it July?" And he said, "No, that's July." So what's your number?
I'm going to go with 20,000.
Okay, well, that's a lot of variability. So the correct answer is $16,440. And who was the closest one to that?
So I think that might be Bianca at 15,000. All right. Way to go.
Now here comes the second question. All right, let's go again. This time I'm going to start with Julie.
I'll go with 22,000.
22,000. Susan.
I'm going to go with 12.
Stacy.
13.
And Bianca.
I'll go with 8,000.
Gosh.
Oh my goodness, I'm going to
Bianca, I think you won 2 in a row. Although I'm not sure. Who is closest to 11,675?
This is Susan. Susan came in
Susan,
at 12.
all right.
Woo! I'm waiting for that $12,001. You know, when we're right there getting into it on that Price is Right.
Well, let's go for the third question. That music is me slapping my knee, by the way. I also did spoons down in New Orleans when I was young. Okay, so the third question. Let's see what we have this time. Stacy.
9,500.
Bianca.
I feel like this one's unfair because I go here, and I'm very aware of how much it costs. Extremely aware of how much it costs without financial aid. So I'm not going to answer this one.
Okay. Besides, if you answered it wrong, it would be so embarrassing.
Right. That's the real reason why I'm not answering.
Julie.
I'll say 7,000.
And Stacy. Oh no, I've done that. Susan. Susan.
5,000.
5,000. Okay, the right answer is 6,300. Who had the right answer?
So that would be the closest answer is Julie at 7,000. So she was $700 off, and then Susan would be second place. Yay, Bunker Hill. So Bianca,
we have 3 questions and 3 winners, right, Heidi?
We do.
That looks suspicious. Go ahead, Heidi.
I was trying to remember who the winners were. That is Bianca, round one. Susan, round 2. And Julie, round 3. Let's give them a round of applause. Yay!
Oh, and Heidi, now you can find out why I'm wearing a fedora, because when people wore fedoras, tuition was $300 a year.
When was that, Bob?
It was when I went to college in 1939.
1939, really now? Okay.
Yeah.
I said this earlier, but I don't know that you went to college in 1939.
No, but seriously, for years, college was of no consequence, in terms of its cost. And you know what they were called? They were all called commuter colleges.
Commuter colleges. Yeah, well, commuting in and again, having a very different society, coming in from home and staying at home. And now we have dorms and we live there. And as you can see, this high cost of college has made getting a degree difficult these days. College tuition and student loan debt are higher than ever. That's why we have to make sure that every student has the opportunity to go to and get through college. Don't forget, tonight we are raising $40,000 to bash barriers like this particular one for new traditional students. Now, with your generous gift tonight, we're going to give students a fighting chance. Go to bit.ly.com/give, the number 2, INV. That's bit.ly.com/give, the number 2, INV. That would be great. So, Rebecca, it's time for an update. How are we doing on our fundraising?
Yes, howdy. I am back. 1 second. I am just grabbing our update. So we have some really terrific news. We are off to a huge start, thanks to KM Foods and Patrick Monkowitz for donating $5,000. And here's a creative one. Laurent, and help me with, how do I say Laurent's last name?
DeGrief.
Big Grief. So it is exactly what it looks like. Okay. All right. Laurent de Grief has made a $2,500 gift and is having that matched by his employer, D.E. Shaw Group. So thank you, Laurent. Thank you, D.E. Shaw Group. That brings our total, drum roll, to $32,700.
All right. Way to go. Woo-hoo! All right. Matching gifts are so creative. You know, I hadn't thought about that. And that's something I think anybody can do. You can just check with your employer and see if they match your philanthropy. That's a great way to double your gift and double your
For
impact.
Sure. Definitely. Oh, and before I go real quick, I just have to say, Bob is feisty. People are here for it tonight.
Yay!
You know, well, all I have to say is that if your last name has the word grief in it, you must have been named by your wife.
I don't know, Bob. I don't think that's part of your last name. How did that happen?
I'm going to get out of your way so we can get ready for the next game.
Well, as we saw, that was Mia. You know, you don't just have to put your answers to the questions in the chat box. You can certainly comment on our show tonight. So thank you for that. Anyway, matching gifts. Do you know other folks who have done matching gifts, Bob? That's something that I hadn't thought of.
Yes, this is a wonderful thing that corporations often do throughout America, is to match the gifts of their employees. So we encourage everyone who works for the man, for the big corporations, to check with HR about that possibility.
Yep, working for the man. It's like, you know, it's summertime. We've got the summertime blues, and here we are working on a Thursday night. All right, so we're ready to move on to our next game round. So now we're moving from multiple contestants at a time now to our first solo contestant. You've just met her, but she hails from our presenting sponsor, Acadian Asset Management. Stacy, welcome back. We're excited to have you. Thanks again for all your support. Now, you're up for our second pricing game. Now, tuition is only the beginning when it comes to paying for college, and there are many extra fees that students see on their bills. For new traditional students, covering these extra fees on top of everyday family living expenses can be overwhelming, to the point where many choose to forego college altogether. We're going to take a look at 5 examples of what these costs actually come out to, and you might be surprised at the hefty price tag. So, Bob, take it away.
All right. I hope you're really smart, Stacy.
Well, I think my answers in the previous round should prove otherwise, but
well, no, but this is where you redeem yourself.
Let's hope so.
For all of your family. So you'll see there's a list of 5 fees and 4 prices. That's because at UMass Boston, 2 of these items have the exact same cost. Now, for a chance at winning, you'll need to correctly guess which 2 items have the same price and match those with the correct price. Now, I'll give you right away the 5. Pick 2 of the fees and then pick the price.
And don't forget, you can call for help. Put in the chat boxes, no matter what channel you're on. If you're on Facebook, on LinkedIn, on Twitter, on YouTube, help Stacy out, because this is a rough one. She's here on her own. She needs your help.
It's definitely tricky. And I went to college long ago enough that some of these fees were not things.
Yeah.
I don't think. Yeah. My guess is that the commencement fee and the technology fee are both priced at $178.
Pretty interesting.
That's pretty cool. You're half right.
Okay.
Dang it. I was close.
You got the 2 right. And you got, you get.
All right.
So it was, when people lose, I'm supposed to make you feel good by saying great guess, the two fees that have the exact cost of the technology fee, which you got, and the commencement fee, which you also got, right? You got those two fees. That's amazing. And you were only $100 short. So that's pretty, good.
I
Don't you
think it was like
22,
12.
right?
178?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I see the fee is $200.
I trust you. You do more math than I do.
All right. What I always do in front of the cash register, take the square root of 12 and then raise it to the 15th power, and then pay that. That's a math joke, and math jokes never work. I just proved that. Okay, Rebecca.
Way to go. Rebecca, how are we doing on fundraising after that last round?
Oh my goodness, math jokes.
I know.
Way to bring us to a screeching halt. All right, so we are at 33,663 and climbing. A very special thank you to Sally Courier and Carlos Vargas for your generous donations tonight. And for those of you that want to learn more, you want to support what we're talking about here tonight, you can make a difference by going to bit.ly.com/give to INV. All right, honey, I'll let you take it away.
Okay, thank you. All right, we're ready. So now we've talked about high tuition costs. We've talked about tons of hidden fees. And most students rely on financial aid to finance their degree. But of course now, financial aid does not always cover everything. According to a recent report out of the University of Pennsylvania, the average amount of unmet need for traditional students is $9,052. But this is the kicker. What is a new traditional student's typical unmet need? We're going to find out in our next game.
Hey, Karma, you're up. Where's Karma?
Come on down.
Is that how you spell Karma? That's how you spell your name. But what if I have Karma? How do you spell that?
Oh, you have Boston Karma. Wow.
Oh, Karma with the car. I'm Karma without PR.
That's a different kind of karma.
All right.
Yeah.
Tell us a little about yourself, Karma. Where are you located?
I am in beautiful Southern California in Moreno Valley area, which is about 60 miles east of Los Angeles. I am a broker owner of CNB Realty Services. I'm also a professor at the Moreno Valley Community College, and I have a heart for the youth.
That's great. But I have a problem that I want to tell you. You are obviously not coughing, yet that smoke from California has come to Boston, and I'm coughing. How is that fair?
Oh no!
Yeah.
Well, it's not fair, but normally those are not in my area. California is so large; it's usually miles and miles and miles away. So I'm not usually not affected by it.
For 5 years, I lived in Santa Monica, and it's the most beautiful state in the world. We all know that. All right. So you know also that the average amount of unmet need for traditional students, but how about the new traditional? And just to make this easier on you, we're going to get the audience involved.
Okay.
Audience, shout out your answers in the comments below. Okay, comment. Here's the numbers that make up that unmet need number.
Mm-hmm.
Now you're going to take those numbers and you're going to rearrange them to give us the correct amount.
Ooh.
Yeah. I think we can play. Do, 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 do.
The amount of unmet need. That's what you're trying to guess.
So I'm going to go back. I'll just give you the traditional students, just to remind you, so that you can kind of get a sense of it. It's $9,052 for a traditional student.
Is unmet need. What they have to pay themselves. That's the amount you have to pay yourself. So what about the new traditional student?
And just to
Let's
be
see those
clear,
numbers again, Rebecca.
wow.
Wow.
Okay, I am going to go with 17,122.
Oh my God.
Whoa. Wow.
Was that right?
You were exactly right. Wow. You might be psychic.
Oh my gosh.
That is so incredibly spot on.
Wow.
Did you know about the game show scandals of the late 1950s?
No.
Well, I'll tell you, you were just perfect. It's a great guess.
Wow.
And you got it.
You got it. And you know, if we pause for a moment, I'm thinking about that. If a traditional student has to pay $9,052, and if we're looking at a new traditional student, these are people with families of their own, with other expenses, with, who are moving along. To have that, more than almost twice to go to school, that is just, it kind of blows my mind. We're talking about adults with children, and 75% of college students going to school have that amount of unmet need. It's a substantial gap, and financial aid doesn't cover it. We need to do better.
It's really upside down. I mean, the traditional students typically have the money to pay for those amounts, although they have to pay a lot of money, $9,000. But the non-traditional students who are, poor, low income, they have to pay twice as much almost. How does that make sense?
Oh, it doesn't.
Nope.
Sad.
Yep. And it makes it difficult for everybody to get that education, and our whole community suffers when we don't unlock our potential. So this is what we're here to fight tonight. We're here to make sure that we're doubling down on our efforts to help control the costs of education and connect the dots and make sure that people can access those resources in a way that makes sense for them. But this is where we need your support. So don't forget, you can support our efforts tonight here at Inversant. Your generous gift of $50 today helps us to close those gaps. So in order to support us, go over to bit.ly.com/give, the number 2, INV. bit.ly.com/give to Inversant. I should write a little song so that I can just kind of keep that going all night. Oh, it's that time. So thank you, comma. That was fantastic. You have good.
Thank you.
Straight from Boston, good commas coming your way.
Thank you so much.
Are you making fun of me?
Just a little.
Because I've worked on this accent for 70 years. I want to say it's perfected. I have such an accent that, and it's even better if I sing.
Are you going to do that tonight?
Blue skies shining on me. Nothing but blue skies do I see. All right. Thank you, Karma.
Thank you, Karma. Well, speaking of songs, I think we have another one queued up because we've come to that moment, that halfway mark, that happy hour moment in between our pieces. Let's see. I think we've got a little video queued. I think it's somewhere.
Well, it would, but technology, and it's thinking about it. It's not play though.
Okay.
So unfortunately, no.
So we can sing for you. So Bob, this is the chance to sing. Ready? Let's all go to the kitchen. Let's all go to the kitchen.
Let's
all go to the kitchen.
And buy a carving knife.
There you go.
Nice. Oh, sorry. That was from the movies Zombies Attack Quincy. Heidi lives in Quincy, by the way.
I do, and now I'm looking over my shoulder for those zombies. I really hope they're not coming that way. But it is, as we're coming out of the pandemic and we're here doing remote events, this is the intermission where you get to stretch your legs, get yourself a refresher drink, and while we're doing that on our intermission, Rebecca, bring us up to date. What's going on the fundraising front?
You bet. So let's see. We are, one second, just getting the numbers here in front of me. So we are at 36,233. And thank you to everybody that is joining us. I don't know if you two have been able to catch up, but tons of comments flooding in from LinkedIn, from Twitter. We've got people watching over on YouTube Live and Facebook. So we are all over the web tonight. And so very grateful to everybody that is joining us from just all over the world.
I'm getting a special message from our backstage folks, but they're letting us know we've got some special shout outs, Rebecca. We've got Jesslyn Oslin and Associates. They've just come through with some stellar support. They've made a generous $1,000 donation. So thank you. Thank you, Jesslyn Oslin and Associates. We've got special thanks to Kristen Brucker-Batello. Thank you. And Shelly McKee. We've got a whole bunch of people here who are really the bomb, making sure that education is attainable. This is fantastic. Well, all right, for intermission, we've talked through a lot of heavy stuff about new traditional students. And now we want to take a moment during our intermission to lighten the mood and say, cheers, yay, it's Michael Tatour's time, yay. Michael is tonight's happy hour intermission sponsor. And he has issued a sudden death challenge round, worth $1,000. Bob, how does this work?
Oh, okay. Here's how sudden death is going to work. One question and one right answer. That's all it takes to unlock $1,000 for Inversant and get us that much closer to the goal. Are you ready to rumble?
I think we're ready. All right. Now, if you're watching, are you ready, Michael? You're right. You're going to be the judge. If you're watching, we need your help. So if you want to participate, if you want to call out the answer, if you think you can enter the arena for sudden death round, type your name in the chat box to help us with Michael's sudden death challenge. I'm having these moments of Mad Max for a moment. I'm like, I think we're going to Thunderdome. We're going to go enter 1, 2 men enter, 1 man leave. One answer for sudden death. Ready to go.
Heidi, during intermission, I bought the M&Ms that you always get at the back of the theaters, right, Mike?
That's absolutely right. Well, I need a few. You're a little too far away, Bob. I'd like an M or M. Would you get me one?
Do you want the blues? They're the newest color. Do you want a blue M&M?
I'm such a traditionalist. I think I'm going with the browns.
Oh no! Not the browns. Oh.
Well, how long has it been since any of us have been in a movie theater? Now we can go get our own M&Ms right here doing our intermission. Yay! Blue or brown? Yeah. We can have all of the colors that we want. It takes all of the colors to actually make all this work for us too. My favorite colors are green. I'm from the age where green was the preferred color of M&Ms.
Green is also the color of money.
Oh, do you think that's a coincidence?
I don't know. Probably with you it isn't.
All right, so we got a few more seconds to put your name in the pot if you want to enter, and put your hand up, say, pick me for Michael's sudden death challenge. All right, I'm going to count you down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, Rebecca, who is ready to enter the sudden death challenge?
We have Mia.
Mia, welcome. Yay.
Hi there.
Down, Mia. All right.
1 man
Hey,
enter,
Mia.
2 man leave. Hey, hi, Michael. Hi,
How are you?
I'm good. I'm the one that called Bob feisty. And
There are many other adjectives that are used for Bob. Feisty's not always the one, but it'll do.
You
That's what I
know,
was doing too.
my wife insists that I unbutton 2 buttons on my shirts. It's the new thing. But always wear an undershirt underneath it. I mean,
I've literally been laughing at Bob since this started, just to let you know.
These are very specific noise. And, Bob, you mentioned that Michael keeps you out of trouble. So, that's what he's here for tonight.
okay.
That's right, Bob. I keep waiting for the time when I'm just not going to be able to keep you out of trouble anymore. It's been one time after another, and you just keep trying. But so far, so good. We've kept you out of jail. There's some things that people don't need to know. We'll keep it between ourselves. Attorney-client privilege.
This is Michael. He's my consigliere.
That's
All
old
right.
school.
Yeah. I mean, Mia, that's okay. I got your back. We'll be okay. I'll keep you.
We will. But
yeah.
just so you know, Heidi, I'm from the green M&M generation too. So I join you on that. There it is.
All right. Yeah. I think this must be a Gen X thing. We love that.
It is.
All right.
Absolutely.
Other kids in my high school were playing football. I was separating M&Ms into their individual colors and making them into armies that attacked each other. And I didn't have a lot of friends.
The
that a one-man game?
The problem is that the armies used to kind of melt in the heat. So as they you just sort of disappeared squadron by squadron. Yeah.
It was a game for the Arctic. Okay.
Well, today, Bob, you have many more friends, and if you share your M&Ms, that's the way to get even more. So no more M&M armies.
Because of the polio vaccine, the polio scare, I never went to kindergarten, so I never learned about sharing. And Mike can tell you about that when he presented me his bills. I hated
It's absolutely true. No, yeah. Well, we won't get into that, but
you guys need to take this on the road. This is a comedy team. I like this.
He's Bing and I'm Bob, but it's now we've really dated ourselves.
Oh my goodness! All right, Mia, are you ready? Here we go. We're going to go into sudden death. And do you have any hints for how the audience might be able to help you tonight?
No, tap twice. I'm going solo. I'm going to be like Bob in his M&M game. I'm just going solo. I feel strong. Now, if it was the other game with moving those numbers around, oof.
That was a tough one.
That was good, though. Comma was blowing us away, so yay.
Okay, so you have one job then, Mia. Breathe deep. Focus. So you have to pick the right answer. You can only pick one answer. Now, if you pick the right answer, Michael is going to make a $1,000 gift to Inversant. Oof. Are you ready? No pressure.
Hold on. I know I got to fan myself. Hold on. It's so hot in here.
Okay. All right. Get ready. Get ready. On your mark.
Okay.
Here's the question. Name the top persistence obstacle new traditional students face. Now, what we mean by that is persistence. It's not stopping out, but actually continuing on to graduation. What is the obstacle that creates the biggest barrier for new traditional students that make them stop before they graduate? You have 4 options. Option number 1 is financial. Option number 2 is institutional barriers. Option number 3 is racial bias. And option number 4 is unmet need. I'm going to give them to you again.
Yes.
Think them through. Option number 1, financial barriers. Number 2, institutional barriers. Number 3, racial bias. And number 4, unmet need.
Is there all of the above?
That's the thing. You can only pick one.
I know, and
we do have a super cool little video for you too. So hold please.
Okay.
Let's go out to the kitchen.
Oh, there's our intermission.
Let's go out to the kitchen. Let's go out to the kitchen. Let's go out to the kitchen.
All right. So our intermission got screwed up and it kind of became our 4 barriers. You gotta love tech, don't
I was
you?
gonna say, we didn't have technology on there for a barrier for non-traditional students.
All right.
They gave me a little
on.
time.
That's right. Give me a little extra time.
It did. All right. So financial institutional barriers, racial bias, or what was the last one?
Unmet needs.
Unmet needs.
Unmet needs. All right. So I have to say, just based on listening to this conversation, and I'm a huge fan of Inversant. Rebecca got me all into you, one of the last live streams. So I've loved you all. I've been following what you do. But based on the conversation, I'm going to go with money, financial.
Makes the world go round. Oh my gosh. Michael,
Yes.
what do you think?
I think it's going to be unmet need, but I don't know what the right answer is. So you tell us.
That all the above still, right? I know.
All the above is really the way it goes. Yeah.
I know this is a tough one. All of them. I got to tell you though, but you know what? I think Mia has unlocked the sudden death challenge. It actually is the number one.
$1,000. I gotta fan myself again for that.
And there's
right.
a
green M&M for you.
I'm glad she's right, because that's $1,000 that's going to Inversant. And I want to tell you, I've been working with Inversant since Bob first started it, and he got involved with families, which I think was a whole new thing about the fact that we need to have our families involved in education. But I think this new understanding that when we say families, we don't just mean families with traditional students. We mean the non-traditional family, the non-traditional student who's coming back and has their own family and needs even more financial support than perhaps the families that we talked about back at the beginning of Inversant. So here's the deal. I'm going to make another $4,000 match. $4,000 if we can get above $40,000. Otherwise, okay? So another $4,000. We need to raise the rest of the money, and it's another 4 from me.
Dang.
Wow.
Give him that green M&M. Wow.
That's
I want the brown
so
one.
generous.
I want the brown one, Bob. I want the brown one.
I think they retired the brown because it was so boring.
I think they put them in favor of the blue. Yeah, I am.
Well, when the brown melted, it was a problem too. Just so
that's true.
You know.
This is true. All right. There's that match.
Wow, that's amazing. And I've learned so much from watching your live streams, by the way, just because I don't have kids and I haven't been in school forever, but to hear about this, that broadens my horizons to know it's out there and that needs some help. So I appreciate you all for sharing all that info.
All right, thank you.
And what you do.
And thank you, Michael. I'm excited about. So that's $4,000 to reach 40,000. Our total goal. 4 for 40. We can say
4 for 40.
4 for 40. 4 for 40. Yay! Oh, that's thank you. And when we're talking about the top financial barrier, it's not a lot. As little as $400 is what stops people from graduating. It's a small amount of money. When it comes down to it, but it does stop people. So we want to help people really crest that hump and make sure that they're succeeding so that they can really reach their potential and help bring us up. All right, so Rebecca, we are at the beginning. Michael's thrown down another gauntlet for us. Where are we getting ready to go into our 4 for 40?
Heidi, drum roll. We are Michael, sudden death, and that $1,000 gift. Our total is now $36,350.
Okay. So less than 4,000 to go. I think we can do it. All right. We're so close. We are so close. Okay. Here we go. Now, I think you can tell, I'm a little nervous. We're going to go on to our next game, but while we're doing that and you're getting ready, take a look at the link down there. You can go to the bit.ly.com/give, the number 2, INV, bit.ly.com/give2INV. Every little bit helps. Make that gift of $50. We've got a short amount to go to reach our overall goal and unlock another $4,000. Very exciting. Thank you again so much, Michael. We're ready to go to our next game. Thank you, Mia. You are a superstar. Bob,
thank you.
Bring on the M&M.
Thank you.
Appreciate you. Bye. I'm going over to donate right now in my other window. So here we go. I'm giving in.
Oh, and you get a red M&M too. Thank you.
Oh,
There you go.
All right, on to our next game. So this is opportunity gaps is now what we're talking about. Opportunity gaps for low income and students of color, they start early. Systemic inequality follows these students at every step of their journey. Bob, what are we going to do, and who's going to come on down for Opportunity Gaps Price is Right?
Where is Louisa?
Yay, Louisa, come on down.
Take your contestant for our next pricing game. You're our contestant for our next pricing game. Hi, Louisa. How are you?
I am wonderful. How are you?
I'm great and looking forward to hearing a little bit about you.
Oh, well, thank you. So I'm Louisa Garrett. I'm from Dallas, Texas. And I have a movement called Make Kind Loud, where the mission is simply to spread as much love, joy, and kindness as possible while we are here on this earth.
Wow. Wow.
Ooh, wonderful idea.
Thank you. And you guys are amazing, by the way. I've enjoyed these last 45 minutes. It's been fantastic.
All right. I need positive reinforcement.
Okay. And I come from the blue M&M generation.
All right. I don't have it. Oh, wait.
Sustenance is on the way.
Where's my hand?
There it is. There it is.
Right? Oh, yeah. So here we go. Students have options for covering the high cost of college. And one of those options is student loans.
Right.
Ooh.
Ooh.
For federal student loans, there are borrowing limits so that students can only take on so much debt. But students often take on more debt by getting private loans. Ooh.
Very bad.
If they stick to federal loans for traditional undergraduate students, what you probably think of as the typical 18-year-old student, the total borrowing limit is $31,000.
Wow.
In other words, that's what their debt they leave college with, $31,000 large. With that figure in mind, you'll need to correctly guess the federal student loan borrowing limit for new traditional students.
Okay.
Let's go.
31, new traditional.
Okay. So I think.
Oh, wait a second. Wait, it's easier.
Okay.
In fact, I'm being told it's simple. So
Okay.
really, if you don't get it, Louisa, you may not look good, but you just need to tell us if you think the actual borrowing limit is $2,500 more or less than $55,000.
Wow.
Gotcha.
So we're in the ballpark. A new traditional is 55,000 more or less against 31 of a traditional student.
Yes. And
I've saved the blue one here.
Okay. All right.
There it is.
There it is.
For the blue M&M, I am going to say that it is 2,500 more than 55,000.
You're up. You're right. Oh my God.
Talk it down to the blue M&M.
No. Look at it. Doesn't that look good? Oh my God. Louisa. I'm sorry. I'm not very truthful.
That's amazing. That's incredible.
Yeah, that's crazy actually. Yeah.
Yep. Again, almost twice what a traditional student comes out. And Bob, I'm thinking about that Ethiopian student that you were talking about and how much debt he was already carrying.
70,000.
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah. Federal loans. All right, Bob. I got to tell you, I was shocked. I mean, shocked when I learned that 44 million Americans collectively hold over $1.6 trillion.
Wow.
In student debt. I mean, This is a crisis. This is something that, like you said earlier, it's harming our economy.
Yep.
And
Totally
those
agree with
numbers are
that.
growing every day.
You
every
know,
day.
I'm not sure how to write a trillion. How many zeros is a trillion? That should be a question for us.
It's 100 million, right? Isn't that it?
I don't know. I'd have to do it out. I don't know.
Yeah.
Where's Stacy from
Luis,
Acadian Asset Management?
Is
when
it
you need
100 million? Or is that a billion?
Oh, you're right.
So it should be 100 billion?
Millions.
Billion, right? Is that right? 100 billion?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Oh, look! I think we've got people
I think
chiming
it's
in from
12. I think it's
12. Wow, 12 zeros. That's a lot of zeros.
Yeah.
It's 1,000 billion.
1,000 billions?
Yeah. Oh, look, Michael. Look, we've got people chiming in. Michael Tutor is. Look, we've got all kinds of math happening in the chat boxes. Michael Tutor, how many? 1, 2, 3, 4 zeros. 4. So
It's
16
million.
zeros. 16 zeros. 16.
It's 15.
16 zeros. Oh, wow.
16 zeros and a 1.
Zero.
And Kevin is telling us a trillion is a million. I still can't comprehend that.
All right, so this is time for a math joke. So I understand in the percentage point,
You got it wrong.
walk into a bar.
Okay.
And, you know, I don't.
Oh, you're dead. I was ready for it.
I know.
I was so ready for this.
Wait, come on. Who's walking into the bar? An ampersand?
And the percentage point.
Okay.
There actually are math jokes that I've read. And they're all bad.
Okay.
Wow.
All right, so I was wrong. It is not 16 zeros. It is 12 zeros.
Okay. 12 zeros.
Oh, that's what
A
I
lot
said.
of zeros. Still
Yes,
a lot.
it is what you said.
I said 12 zeros.
I know. See, your background as an economist actually helps us sometimes, right? Bob, you've got a bigger handle on this than anybody.
Good job, Bob. When I come to Boston, I would love to have a coffee.
Oh, yes, a coffee.
A coffee.
May I drink a gin and tonic while you're having the coffee?
Yes.
Okay.
Only if it's 9 o'clock in the morning.
Because it's 5 o'clock somewhere, even at 9 o'clock in the morning.
Very true statement. Very true.
That's another math joke.
I love it.
Okay, keep
All right.
going, Heidi.
Okay, all right. So, as we're thinking here about financial aid and we're thinking here about student debt, one of the roles that we serve at Inversant is helping students understand the role that student loans in their college have in their college financing plan and how to keep debt minimal. And you can help us tonight to keep debt low by making your gift. So head on over, go to bit.ly.com/give to INV. That is bit.ly.com/give, the number 2, INV. All right, Rebecca. Now remember, we're tracking down on that 4 for 40. We're moving towards that goal line. Tell us what the latest is on the fundraising. We're all a little anxious here. We're getting really close.
I know, it's kind of like pins and needles time. Very exciting news. So the latest is that we need to thank a couple of superstars. First of all, thank you to Chet Atkins, and then also thank you to Mike Devajian for your very generous gifts. They have helped to put us currently sitting right now at $37,695. That puts us only $2,305 away from our $40,000 goal. So we can definitely make this happen.
So close. So close. So close. Okay.
Breathe.
I know. I'm trying.
Okay, now listen. Keep this thing going. Where's Deborah? Thank you, Louisa.
Thank you, guys. Bye.
Thank you, Louisa.
Thank you, Louisa.
Okay, so before Deborah comes down, let's talk about this. We've got among students 24 and older, more than half are parents. Half of them are parents, and 2/3 have low incomes, according to the Institute for Women's Policy Research. And that leaves new traditional students in a tough spot. Feed your family, or go to college. Now, let's face it, we're doing an abysmal job supporting new traditional students. And now is the time to stand up and support those who are fighting for their family, fighting for their future, and fighting for their own survival. We've got one round of games left tonight, Bob. Are you ready for that? One round left to raise over $40,000.
There's the only thing that's keeping me from my milk and chocolate chip cookie before I go to bed is this one question. So, I hope we can do this. All right. I have to ask the same question. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, let's see. I'm a wild woman. I work for myself.
My favorite kind.
Yes, right.
Palpitations here.
I'll take a red M&M. How's that? In my world, I am all about empowering others to fire up the divine feminine energy inside them so that we are bringing that to the table so that we can balance out some of the out there. And we all know what I'm talking about there. I love magic. I love moxie. I love wine. And I love what Inversant does with bringing opportunities to an ever expanding table for those who seek education. So thank you for having me.
What is the kind of music you like?
The kind of music? The kind that makes you want to shake your booty.
And your booty would be
really, really, you need me to say it.
All right.
Come on now.
All right, no, because the reason I asked you this
Too
question.
many blue M&Ms, Bob. You gotta cut back.
That's right.
The reason I asked this question is that you're going to have to guess a song, a theme song. So music is important, and you may shake your booty for all four of these. We've got 4 game show theme songs. We're in the home stretch of the 4 for 40 challenge. We're going to need all your help tonight. Get ready to help our contestant and put your answers in the chat box. You ready to play, Deborah?
I am. You know what?
Okay.
I used to watch game shows with my grandma all the time, so I'm feeling pretty confident.
Okay.
That's fantastic. Let's hear them. Game song.
I'm shaking my booty.
Come on, this one's too easy. The Price is Right. Woo! Bob Barker and Drew Carey. I have watched it all along.
Wow, generations of the Price is Right.
Generations. Yes, I love it.
Now, song 2.
Oh, come on. Do, 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 do. Jeopardy!
Yay! Oh no, I think the correct answer is, what is Jeopardy?
Well played. Well played for sure. Oh my goodness, I love
Okay, number 3.
I always wanted my family to be on this show. Family Feud.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my gosh. My sister and I just prayed that my family would get chosen. I think you have to apply to get chosen, but we didn't know that when we were wees.
Oh wow, you are a total game show junkie. This is hilarious. I have to say, I am watching still Family Feud almost every night. Still watching.
So good.
And song number 4.
Okay, I have to admit, I've only seen the show a few times because I didn't like the original host. However, Jane Lynch is pretty awesome. So it's the weakest link, right?
Oh my God.
Oh my goodness.
Okay.
I didn't know
I
that
told
one.
you I love game shows.
Well, you won. Let me tell you, you won.
Woo! Look at that. I mean, that's like 4 for 4.
Yep.
Straight
4
down
for
the line.
4. Boom, boom, boom.
Easy to hard. Man.
Doesn't that mean
that's
4 for 4? 4 for 40. No,
That's what we
Oh.
needed, right?
That's right.
Yeah.
It was 4 shows, 4 songs, 4 for 40, getting us close. I have got earworms that are going to last me all week. All right, so now it's time to do the final tally. You've got a few more minutes to get in those last gifts. Help us crest that $40,000 goal. Unlock Michael's $4,000 challenge. We're doing the final tally. I want to send a big thank you to everyone who's joined us tonight, everyone who's been in our audience and made this night so special. We truly appreciate your willingness to make the education dreams of so many new traditional students happen. So let's just recap while we're tallying. And here's what we know. The so-called new traditional student is now the majority. They make up 75% of college-going students. The modern college student has a lot to navigate, and as a community, we can do better to make it possible for them to enter, continue, and succeed at college. And as an organization that has historically served parents of students, many of which went on back to school themselves, Inversant is uniquely poised to serve new traditional students on their journey, and your help makes that possible. All righty. All right, Bob, I think we're ready. We've got our final tally. I really hope we've unlocked Michael's 4 for 40 challenge. Okay, I'm going to do a little drum roll. Call up Rebecca. Make the final tally. Rebecca, come on in to let us know. What is it? We're all in suspense. Did we make it? Is Michael?
Did. We made it.
Oh my gosh.
Our final tally is 42,879.
Woo! All right, squeaking on. Yay!
Look at
All right.
us. Yes.
Wow, wow, wow. Who do we have to thank for us if we get over that line?
Let's see. So quite a few people rallied here at the end. So wonderful to thank Charlie Desmond, Dean Atkins, Kama Burton. Kama was just here. So nice of her to give. Roz Hill and Mia Voss was also here. So a lot of people that went that extra mile and put us over the top.
Oh, that's fantastic. That's fantastic. What do you think, Bob?
Well, I want to thank you, Rebecca, and I want to thank everybody who's been concerned and helped on this, especially you, Heidi. It's been a lot of fun doing this with you. And I want to, of course, thank my consigliere, Michael. I'm sorry, but we are going to take, this is a new thing for me. I always pay you, Michael. Now the money is flowing the other way. That's great. I want to thank and give another round of applause for Stacy, Susan, Julie, Bianca, Mia, Carmen, Louisa, and Deborah.
Woo! Oh, thank you. Thank you. And a heartfelt thank you goes again to Stacy and the team at Acadian Asset Management. Acadian has been a stalwart supporter for Inversant for so many years, and it is their creativity that has helped us push harder to help more people keep their education dreams alive. Now, our work does not stop tonight. To help keep the party going, swing on by Inversant's webpage at inversant.org, and we would love to have you in our corner. Check out what we're doing. Join us in the fight. We're going to do it all together. Thanks again so much for your support, your rallying, and your excitement. And good night.